Hi friends, welcome to 12th Man, and as we know today there is going to be second test match between India and England. My name is Karan.
I'm Dave. Hi everyone, and we are back to Lords, the scene of the famous taking the shirt off by the former captain Saurav Ganguly sir.
What a view that was. I think उसके बाद इंडिया के अंदर एक कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया था.
Absolutely.
कि हम कहीं पर भी किसी भी सीरीज को किसी भी हालात में जीत सकते हैं.
The NatWest series was a huge turning point in the history of Indian cricket, especially in the limited format.
और आज का मैच भी अपने आप में एक काफी महत्व रखता है क्योंकि लॉर्ड्स के अंदर इंडिया कम जीता है.
Yes.
बहुत कम प्लेयर्स ऐसे हैं जो वहाँ पे परफॉर्म कर पाए हैं और अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूँ तो आई थिंक सचिन तेंदुलकर ने आज तक लॉर्ड्स पर कभी सेंचुरी नहीं
the god could not rule at Lords, that's all you can say, although Rahul Dravid did register a fighting century which ultimately went down in vain. This is in 2011. He made an unbeaten 103.
Right.
And also interestingly, as cricket resumes at the home of cricket, it's called the spiritual home of cricket. There are cricketers like Ishant, Sharma and specifically Ajinkya, Rahane, who would want to recollect that some of their best ever test performances came at the Lords. Because Rahane struck his fantastic 100 the last time India won at Lords. This is 2014. In the same test, Ishant Sharma took a magnificent 7 for 82.
Right. So, ऐसा जो वो अक्सर कहा जाता है कि मक्का मदीना माना जाता है इसे क्रिकेट का लॉर्ड्स को, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हर कोई यहाँ पे परफॉर्म कर पाया हो, लेकिन एक चीज़ जो हम सभी ने देखी है, जो यहाँ परफॉर्म कर पाया है वो अपने करियर के ग्राफ को एक अलग स्तर पर ले गया है.
Yes. As they say that, when you have struck 100 here at the Lord's Cricket Ground in London, you find your name in an ephemeral list which only includes legends of the game. So,
true.
You're bang on point. Yeah.
So coming back to the series that we are just going to discuss about, I'll take some time to discuss the last match as well.
Sure.
Because एक time ऐसा था जब ये लग रहा था कि India will win this match.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. It came very close.
Because second innings you bowled out Australia on 180 and still
England. Yeah.
I'm sorry, England. We bowled out England at 180 and still we could not manage to win that match.
Yeah.
सारे उसमें से अगर कोई हम देख रहे हैं तो सिर्फ एक खिलाड़ी उभर के आया था. That was obviously Mr. Kohli.
Mr. Kohli, the captain, as always.
कुछ लोग थे जो struggle कर रहे थे. They could have done better. Like Pandya was there.
Yeah.
He always acts as a trump card. All of a sudden, he'll come in.
It's really funny that when nobody gets going, he suddenly finds a way to score runs. He did that in South Africa in the last series, which India lost. He came out with a fighting knock somewhere in the 90s, I believe. Right. But that's how he is. He's
do
a
you
special
think
guy.
Out of these two sides, England and India, which would be under more pressure?
To be honest, there will be pressure in two varying perspectives on both the sides. India would be fighting out of their skin to stay alive and relevant in the series. Another loss at Lords means that they go down 2-0, which means that even if you have 3 remaining tests, बहुत मुश्किल होगा कम बैक करना. इंग्लैंड का अपना प्रेशर ये होगा, they would want to keep the winning momentum up. They've already come up 1-0. They would love to go into the third test 2-0 by winning at Lords.
ऐसा भी हमने देखा है कि बहुत सारे खिलाड़ी जो इंग्लैंड की तरफ से हैं, they are struggling.
Yes, that is true. Absolutely. I would say specifically their problems are right at the top order. They are any which way is a top heavy side. Alastair Cook, he just seemed absolutely clueless and dumbstruck against Ashwin in both the innings, at Edgbaston.
चाहे वो स्पिन की फिरकी या फिरकी के जादू को समझने में थोड़ा सा
फिरकी के जादू को नहीं समझ पाए. और कमाल की बात ये है कि उन्होंने 32 शतक मारे हैं अपनी टेस्ट करियर में. उसमें से 6 बार वो इंडिया के खिलाफ सेंचुरीज मार चुके हैं. Out of his 32 tests, interestingly, and this is a case in point for Cook, who wants to, I hope he's seeing it somehow, he scored 5 double hundreds. So he's a magnificent batsman and he needs no introduction. But I think it always happens in Cook's case that पहले ही स्टार्ट में सीरीज में वो नहीं कर पाते कुछ. उनको 1-2 झटके लगने जरूरी हैं for him to awaken the giant that lies within.
Right.
Yeah.
अभी इंग्लैंड के भूतपूर्व कप्तान ने भी एक ऐसी स्टेटमेंट दी है जिसको इनफैक्ट आपने इसके ऊपर कवरेज भी दी थी 2 दिन पहले. आपने एक आर्टिकल लिखा था, I was going through that.
Right.
Where he criticized the aggression of Indian captain Virat Kohli. What do you have to say about that? I mean, is it the hype or is it the media pressure that giants like him, the legends like him, are coming up with such points?
Right. So in an age of heavy social media trolls and no dearth of memes, we are finding expert opinions from everyone, including the fans and people like myself who haven't even faced one ball in the international level.
Right.
But that kept aside, we are content writers, we are content producers. When statements like this, that Kohli's aggression may actually prove to be counterproductive for the Indian team, comes from someone like Mike Brearley, who's an English legend, then I think it's really acting a bit condescending. I mean, राहुल द्रविड़ से पूछा गया था 2015 में या 2016 में एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कि क्या आपको लगता है विराट कोहली का एग्रेसिव स्टाइल उनके गेम के लिए अच्छा है? तो द्रविड़ ने कहा, देखिए मेरा गेम प्ले था थोड़ा शांत रहने का, थोड़ा सजग तरीके से थोड़ा सटल रह के अटैक करने का. कोहली इज मोर ऑन टॉप. He is spurred by a great contest. Now Virat Kohli needs no introduction. When he gets going, India gets going. It's the equation which is very similar to what Sachin's was in 90s.
Right.
To say that Kohli's aggression often downplays India or might prove to be counterproductive is like saying that if Smriti Mandhana opens in the innings for Indian women's cricket, she will not be able to hit sixes and boundaries. You're speaking the natural. You're speaking something which is really understood. Right. So, but why would you try to prove such a condescending point of view? I mean, Kohli's aggression lifts the team instead of taking it down.
Maybe I think Mike comes from that era where cricket was more stable. People used to be, they might take 300 balls to score just a half century. Yeah. And now is the era of T20.
Yeah, we are in an era where men wear violet colored shoes with their collars up, where people like Hardik Pandya sport, with all due respect, blue colored hair, but then that's his personal choice. So definitely we are in a more flamboyant and a more expressive era. But I think cricketers play their natural when they act natural and when they behave according to their natural instincts. Right. Dravid was about being calm and Virat Kohli is about being charged by the spirit of the competition.
And do you think somehow have you noticed this thing during the last test as well, that the openers from both the sides, they are struggling. I mean, Dhawan, if you take from Indian side, Dhawan is struggling a big time. Yes. Rahane did pick up some momentum in the beginning, but somehow he could not.
He just couldn't get going. Absolutely. Yes. I think Shikhar Dhawan, in fact, he would also want himself to, be better than what he's doing of late. When you have a batsman of Dhawan's class, and we're talking about someone who made twirling his moustache a trend, a fashion statement, because he struck that phenomenal 100 against
famously known as Gabbar.
The Gabbar,
in the cricket circles.
So I think ये Gabbar को अभी time है कि वो थोड़े आग और शोले दिखाएं अपने.
बिल्कुल.
He should come back to form because ये तो बड़ा unfair है कि कोहली हमेशा टीम को बचाएं और उसके रक्षक बन जाएं. Otherwise we are staring at the bleak scenario which we experienced back in 2011. Dravid was scoring hundreds when all around him were losing their heads.
That's right. So coming to the bowling side, so far Ashwin was the highest wicket taker, took 7 wickets in the last match, followed by Ishant. 6. So there was a good combination of spin and pace both. Yes. We cannot say that Indian side is always better with the spin, but Ishant has shown a class, and that too at a pitch which is not in India.
And where it was tough to score runs.
So do you think the Indian team, the Indian bowling squad will be able to carry on that momentum?
I think they have
changes or any replacement that you think of?
I would say they have no choice but to keep going. Yes. It's always fascinating what an inform Ashwin can bring to the sport.
Right.
He picked up 7 wickets. He took out Alastair Cook in both innings.
Right.
He was not able to pick up spin. I'm not sure, did he pick out Ashwin in both innings? Because, did Ashwin pick out Cook in both innings? I'm not sure, but I think in the first innings definitely he did. It was called the ball which was literally unplayable. So I think if Ishant gets going, because we are really missing our most stable, reliable overseas bowler, which is Mr. Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
Yes.
So unki kafi yaad aa rahi hai abhi team.
I think it is said that he might miss the whole series.
Yes, there is a realistic chance, and Bumrah was actually seen practicing yesterday, but he had a cast in his hand.
Okay.
So that's not a great sign. It's a very ominous sign for those who want India to win.
Yes. So coming to the England side, what would be the playing 11 combination? We have already discussed that Cook have to perform.
Yes.
One thing.
Yes.
We have heard there is a young player, a 20-year-old kid, who's debuting with this match.
Yes.
So any insight into that?
Well, Oliver Pope, the right-handed, doggedly determined new kid on the block, is England's new hope.
Okay.
He's expected to actually get a chance to play at Lord's, and can you imagine the stage you're getting to debut at Lord's Cricket Ground? We all know what happened to two earnest youngsters in 1996. Dravid went on to score 95,
Gee.
and Saurav Ganguly made that phenomenal 100.
Yes.
So I think, by the way, Oliver Pope is somebody who even Virat Kohli rates highly. He's had some encouraging words to say about him. He's been in phenomenal form all season this year. His county record is a staggering 1,000 plus first class runs at a batting average in the higher side of 61.
That's a good record to debut with.
Absolutely. So he brings to an already in form England a lot of hope and faith to go from strength to strength. They've got their captain who's clearly the number one batsman, the numero uno man, of course, Joe Root. He made a fighting 80 something in the last test. So
what about Ben Stokes?
He's not playing this test. It's going to be a big, it's going to be one of those scenarios where the big fish misses out, Ben Stokes is actually he's busy attending to a court hearing.
Okay.
So while his team would be missing him out, he would be actually waving them goodbye from outside the Lord's Cricket Ground.
Do you think that can be a crucial factor?
It's a crucial factor. He was the guy who removed the lower order last time around. He was in form. He's actually one of those interesting all-rounders, sir, who goes from being a batting all-rounder who can bowl a bit to suddenly being a bowling all-rounder who can just bat a little bit. Okay. But at Edgbaston, he was this phenomenal bowler. He was bowling wicket to wicket, a very tight line. He was bowling perfectly short of good length, and he was seen troubling Pandya and even Rahane before that.
Well, as per our resources, the match has been delayed because of rain, and it might start anytime soon.
Yes.
Without taking much time, I'll come up with quick questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Whom do you favor the most?
I think the momentum right now is with England. Even if India could play out of their skins to make a comeback, England do seem a very strong side.
Anyone who can complement Virat Kohli?
It has to be Rahane, or it has to be Dinesh, Karthik, or Hardik, Pandya. Let's not forget Pandya started going in the fourth innings, but then there was no need to give catching practice, behind the stumps.
Okay.
Had he stayed back, who knows, we might have just won the game.
What would you prefer, a single century from Indian side or multiple, let's say at least 3 half centuries from Indian side?
That would be a phenomenal team effort.
Okay.
Forget the 100, at least get your bats do the talking. Justify your selections, please. And if you're continuing to drop Pujara, keeping him out of context, then it's about time that Vice Captain Rahane and Dhawan got going and scored 50s.
Okay. Now, what would be the total score that we're looking at?
I think any score plus 320 is a good score for any team batting first at Lord's. Okay. But here's an interesting statistic.
Yes.
Not since 2011 or 2012. Actually, it's 2012. Has India chased any score which is close to 200 in England?
Okay, and that's looking at the current formation and plus
they seem very vulnerable.
Yes, because the batsmen, they are failing.
Yes, consistently. Yeah, and just too much of pressure on Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli. It seems that Virat Kohli एक ऐसा चेहरा या एक ऐसा नाम बच गया जैसे पहले सचिन होता था हमारे पास 90s के.
It's an exact repeat of the 90s,
Right?
Sachin got out, we used to keep the TV off. Yes. Now Virat Kohli goes out, the Indian team is off. It's just coming to that.
So I think even if we get support from, I will not say the top order. I know that the openers are struggling.
Yes.
But if he can get some support from the middle order, I think he can do wonders.
There's also Dinesh Karthik, who looked very keen to bat for a long period of time, and he gave a handy support to Virat Kohli when India batted at Edgbaston. So I think it's high time that even Karthik answered back his critics, because some people have been saying that why is he in the team? Primarily his role is to have replaced Ridhiman Saha, who's suffering from an injury.
Right.
But we know Karthik is a very talented batsman, so I think he would love to have his critics answered well by letting his bat do the talking.
Sure. And another thing, do you think India will be on back foot and they might try to play for a draw? Just to make sure that everyone gets into the tempo, they get their form, and rather than losing another match and making it 2-0 in favor of England.
Sure. Well, I see where you're coming from. Actually, if India are not able to win this test, then salvaging a draw is almost it is tantamount to actually a win. If you draw against an informed England in England at Lord's, that too, and you cannot win, then at least hold England to a draw and then focus on the third test how to mount a comeback. because that gives you with the additional strength to plan a comeback with 3 more tests remaining. It's better than heading into the third test without seeing the margin of 2-0.
Yes.
You know, so I support what you say absolutely. If we play for a draw, why not? Although that approach is not always advised, you know.
Right.
It's supposed to be a negative mindset, but
Yes.
then this team would rather take it much happily, you know.
Understood. So we wish for a good cricket.
Yes.
Let's see how the second test goes on.
Absolutely.
Anything special that you would like to tell to our viewers for this match or the squad? Any
I would
person player
simply
you would
say
like to
that
bet upon?
may the best team win.
Yes.
And it now boils down to the team which actually keeps its cool under pressure. And it's no prizes for guessing that it is India who's facing the heat at the moment. But we all look forward to 5 phenomenal days of Test cricket.
Can we expect another David Malan in this match?
He's been dropped. He dropped Kohli.
Yeah,
and
so that's what I'm saying. If that was a huge price which the England team paid.
Yeah.
Dropping Kohli below 30 and then coming.
He went on to score some vital runs.
Yes.
Collected 210 from Edgbaston.
Right.
Our hope is to at least have, as we said earlier, you know, to have the top and the middle order contribute with fighting half centuries. It should not be Kohli always alone. I mean,
yes.
Spare a thought for the guy. He's a human being. He's not a machine.
Very good.
Right.
So, guys, stay tuned in. We'll be coming up with the next video very soon once we get the data related to second test match, how the match goes. We'll be analyzing the match. Me and Dave will be sitting here with you and we'll give you a complete analysis of last 2 matches.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for tuning in.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Bye.